What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Defend Your Units. I'm Johnny Kape. Alongside me is my special guest, Dravhy from Beat the Line podcast. How's it going, man? How's it going? And how are you looking? Or are you looking forward to this card?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, bro. I think it's a
problem.
good card. I think there's a couple of fun fights and yeah, a couple of good underdogs on this one. So I'm excited to talk about it, and I hope we can make some money together on it. So
Yeah, for sure.
simple
We'll
card.
have some bets later on in the show. We'll do our little live show bets. We'll put some fun parlays together. But yeah, there's actually we have some fights that aren't made up on the fly really, and like the last week. So there's been some cancellations, but nothing super crazy like the last couple weeks though. But what do you think about the co-main event? I mean
it's a weird co-main event. Let me tell you that. But
three weirdest co-mains of all time.
if there's a thing though, it's gonna be explosive for the time it lasts.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, at least there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of way. You could have put Ribovics versus Haqparast, or
Right?
I don't know, Johnson versus Temirov. There's a couple other options. It's not like the card's awful and you don't have any option. Then it's a bit different. But Ribovics, after his last fight, put this guy in the co-main event or on the pay-per-view with a crowd. What are we doing here?
Yeah, he should definitely be co-main for this card. I'm just looking through the card right now. I mean, I could see like 5 other co-mains. I mean, Charles Johnson and Temirov would be a good co-main other than the other one. Like, there's some really good fights here. You even put Ricardo, Ramos, and Kape. I mean, I know it doesn't sound good, but it's better.
Yeah. I mean, both guys have a lot of win in the UFC, So yeah, for sure. Even Danny Barlow, Sam Patterson, I feel like it would have been better.
It would have been. It would be fun. I mean, I don't know how long that one's going to last either, but yeah, that one will be a fun fight for 5 minutes at least. But let's go through the chat here real quick, and then we'll get started. We got 12 fights, so nothing super crazy. We've been having a lot of 12 fight cards, which I'm totally fine with. These 14, 15 fight cards, and then I feel like a lot of them just fall off like a couple days before. So hopefully, knock on wood, no, we don't have any cancellations here. But we got Kiwi Brew in here. What's up, Kiwi Chur? We got Dixon Cider. Wrote a little novel. I'll go ahead and read it. Johnny, I told the Turkish embroidery guys at the mall that Ibo was going to mop the floor with Kutalaba and that they should tune in. Now I don't even want to go back to get my stuff embroidered. He embarrassed me more than he embarrassed him, or he embarrassed me more than he embarrassed himself. But that was an awful performance by Ibo. Yeah, he's not very good on the mat. He almost had him, though. I'll give him that. He almost had him. He landed a couple good shots, but he doesn't have that. He has the Kutalaba complex, if you want to say. He just keeps rushing in. He's too aggressive, and then he makes a mistake. And actually, Kutalaba didn't for once. He actually did. He had better fight IQ than Ibo, which is a little crazy. And then Feely, I don't understand fighters getting guillotined when they get a takedown and they're on top like that. Like, to me, I think that should be like jiu-jitsu 101. What do you think about that? We've seen it a couple times.
I mean, bro, it was crazy to me. I didn't understand it.
Like,
He's at Team Alpha.
He just went in there. He's like, I'm gonna do this guillotine, okay, Andre. Thank you. Okay, now I'm gonna lean back, and now you tap, okay.
It was so weird, and I mean, he's at Team Alpha, right? They're kind of known for that guillotine, and yeah, I'm sure he's getting he's in this guillotine a lot in training camp. So, what was that? I didn't understand at all. It's not like he was doing bad on the feet. He was looking good, and then I don't know, man. You shoot an easy takedown and you put your head in the guillotine and you don't defend yourself. I feel like he didn't think it was deep at all. He thought he was fine, and then he realized it was deeper than he thought, and then it was over. But I thought maybe he didn't give Costa enough respect on the BJJ side. Maybe that's what happened. But even then, you're a UFC veteran. It's not supposed to happen. I think the last time he got submitted was 10 years ago. So
yeah, it's been a while. That one coming. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But he said they're both dead to me, just in case if you're wondering. You could start the show. Alrighty. Yeah, special guest is Dravhy here. We got There Will Be Blood. This show is always fire. Well, we appreciate you always coming out, as always. We are always fashionably late, at least 5 minutes. That's how we roll. Just to get people in there, getting ready, talk to the chat a little bit. Say hi, and then we jump on at 6:05. That's how we do it. Dirty Reg, let's do it. Let's go. We got Juicy K. Jose. I always say Juicy, but it's Jose or Jesse. I don't know. You just let me know if I'm saying it wrong. But Dub Bears, yes, sir. Showtime. Real fight picks. Watching the show with my hair slicked back and my shirt off. Oh man. That is a good night. That is a good. Let's go. Good evening. Scotty Law says, fine, sir, to the chat. Johnny and Dravhy. Let's go to Scotty Law. Let's just hope Kape falls off so Brundage can get his deserved main spot. Yeah. Ooh. Sure. And Feely didn't seem like he wanted to fight. Yeah, I don't know. He just looked weird out there.
It looked like he quit to me, at least.
Yeah.
But
I just don't understand how fighters, especially fighters like Feely, let's say, and especially fighters that are better than him, can go for a takedown, get guillotined while on top, and the guy just like slowly works it in. He's like, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to do this guillotine. I'm going to lock it in and sit back and you're done. Like, that's what he did. It seemed like that to me. It was crazy. We got Mike in here. What's up, Mike? All right. We got the first fight here. I think they switched around a couple of these fights. Nothing too crazy, but we got Montana De La Rosa versus Luana Carolina. Who do you like in this one?
No one. Is that a good answer?
Pick somebody.
Yeah, so I mean, I can make a case for both girl, right? And the line is close, so I do understand why. I think De La Rosa, she has the grappling wrestling upside in this one, but she's kind of underwhelming to me. You know, when you look at her, sometimes she doesn't wrestle enough. Sometimes she on the feet she's not very good. She's very hittable, and yeah. So I mean, Carolina's the better striker, and her takedown defense is good. But I think De La Rosa could take her down in this fight. So that's really tricky to me. So it's like how much she's going to do with the takedowns. Is Carolina going to get back up or not? I think if De La Rosa take her down, get on top, it might be the round. So then is she going to get, if she going to be able to get 2 takedowns or 3 takedowns to win the fight? That's where I'm not sure because, you know, on the feet, I favor Carolina, obviously. But that's a step up for Carolina here because she's not fighting good competition recently. And she was an underdog in the last couple fights compared to De La Rosa, who's, you know, she's not a dog in these type of matchup normally. I know she was, I think, last time out. But, yeah, it felt like a very binary fight to me. I'm not even sure who's going to win. I think it should be closer to a pick'em. And gun to my head, I think Carolina get it done. But, like, I'm not confident. I'm not betting this fight. Let me tell you that. But, yeah, I know a lot of people are on De La Rosa. And I understand because at the end of the day, when you have the girl with grappling upside and the fight's going to go the distance more often than not, you kind of want to be on that side, you know. But I have a feeling Carolina defend the takedowns, maybe get taken down one time and win a 29-28 decision. That's kind of the way I see it. But again, not confident. It does go over 2.5 though if you want a confident pick, but
there you
it's
go.
like minus 500. So
yeah, I agree with everything you said. I'm on the Carolina side. Maybe I'm a little more confident than you. I'm not gonna say that I'm like this is gonna be one of my top 5 picks or anything, but yeah, striking is night and day. I mean Montana's definitely gonna have the wrestling and grappling edge, but like you said, it's very underwhelming. Like anytime she gets a takedown, you're like, okay, here now she's gonna start working. Like she doesn't do anything really, and then like it seems like a lot of her opponents get back up, and then whether or not she gets another takedown, and that it just depends on the opponent. But Carolina has pretty good takedown defense. She has fought a few 2 or 3 grappler or wrestlers, and she is tough to take down. But you know. I see where you're coming from, but I always lean the striking for some reason, especially if you have a clear advantage with the striking. I always tend to lean that way. So I'm going to go Carolina. I think this fight goes to decision. I don't see anyone getting a finish at all, but I do think it'll probably be close. Maybe a split, but I'm going to say 29-28 Carolina. Maybe the first round. Maybe it's a good live betting spot. Maybe Montana does, you know, win the first round pretty clearly, and you can bet Luana and maybe you can get plus 175 or something like that. Who knows? Let's see. You got Gerald in the house. What's up, man? Appreciate you coming out. We got Aussie Fight Fan. What's up? What's up? Fight to go to the distance is minus 400. Shit value, but safe parlay piece. I agree. Yeah. If you need something for a little juice, just if you like, well, I want plus money, throw that on there. There you go. Luana decision, or yeah, you could just do any of the fighters by decision. I think this fight goes to decision. We got Daz Files. What's up, Daz? Appreciate you coming out. Montana by wrestling. Let's fucking go head to head and mash. Smash. Next one. Let's go to, this should be a fun one. Charles Johnson versus Ramazan Temirov. And yeah, I'm going to go with Charles Johnson on this one. I think he just recently fought someone like Temirov in Joshua Van. Not to say that they're the same kind of fighter, but smaller, explosive guy, packs a punch. Temirov is very dangerous. He has very quick hands. He's very quick on his feet. But I worry with him, the longer the fight goes, that power does wane a little bit. Cardio is he starts to not be as fast. So the longer the fight goes here, I think that favors Johnson. He's going to have a massive height and reach advantage as well. He stays at range very well. He has good kicks up the middle. He can wrestle if need be. Sometimes he is a little hittable. That does worry me a bit in this fight, especially early in the first round. But he's never been finished in his career. I mean, you got to go with that. You got to give him credit. I know he's been rocked a couple times and he got back up and looked a little wobbly a few fights, but and he's good for 15 minutes. I know that for a fact. He's going to be coming hot, hard, and fast in the third round if it gets that far. So I know right now the line basically flipped. He was at plus 110, 115 earlier in the week. Now he's minus 125. I like Johnson here to win. I like him by third round finish or decision if you want to look at that prop. But I do like Johnson, weirdly confident. I think he gets it done. I think he survives. What do you think?
Yeah, again, not as confident as you, but I tend to agree on the side. I think he wins, but again, it's a fight where I think we can make a case on both guys, right? The way I see it is if they go the distance, I'm pretty confident that there's a good chance Temirov win early, the first round, and maybe rock Johnson early, like you said. And he's live to knock him out in the first round also. Like, he does hit very hard for a flyweight, and we've seen Johnson rock. We've seen him wobble. Like, I could see this fight being similar to the Azat Maxim fight, but without much grappling happening, So, yeah, if that happened, Johnson got rocked all over the place in the first round, and Temirov is going to try to kill him. So that's definitely live. But like you said, I don't think his cardio is terrible, but I'll say he has about like 10 minutes of good cardio. And then in round 3, if the fight is high pace and he's not finishing, he's going to slow down, right? And Johnson, he's like, the difference in size here is pretty big because Temirov is small, but he's kind of jacked. But as far as striking goes, I mean, Johnson's going to be much taller and much longer, and he has more volume than him. He just pick his shot better. And if anyone grapple, it's going to be him. If anyone get a sub, it's going to be him. So you got to give him that. And then, he fought the much better competition. He's on the big win streak here, and Temirov just got a KO1 over CJ Vergara. Not that good of a fighter, if we're being honest, but at the same time, the guy's very durable and never been KO'd prior to that. So that's kind of impressive in that aspect. But yeah, again, I think as the fight extends, you got to trust Johnson more to get his game going, to throw a little bit more volume, to win the minute, maybe mix in some grappling, some takedowns. And I also think that he's live to finish the fight late in round 3. So yeah, I kind of think, Johnson win round 3 or dominate in round 3, and Temirov win the first round or dominate in the first round. And if it goes all 15 minutes, it's going to depend on the second round where it goes. And I think it could be close. So I think the fight being around the pick him or Johnson minus 125, it makes sense. That's kind of where I line it. But yeah, if you got plus money on Johnson, you did your job. The market moved your way. So yeah, congrats on that. But yeah, as far as right now, looking at the price, I will look to maybe bet a Johnson round 3 prop, or maybe if you like the Temirov side.
Plus 2,000 for that round 3 prop, by the way.
So I like that. And I think it's very live. So I think it's more like if Johnson finish, I think more often than not, if it is in round 3 in that fight. And if he does get finished, it's probably in round 1. So if you like the Temirov side, KO1 is not a bad idea either. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Johnson. Kind of think you finish him late, So round 3 finish Johnson. Let's get it.
I like it. I was looking at that earlier today. I'm like, plus 2,000. I'm like, that is insane. And that's just like for KO or sub. It's not even like adding a KO prop. It's just round 3. I'm like, sheesh. That's dangerous there. Let's see. We got Hey Daz there. We got Saba in the house. What's up, Saba? Appreciate you coming out. We got TM in here. Charles Johnson will be too well-rounded for Ramazan. Yeah, he is well-rounded for sure. Hell, I bet it. No idea why. I bet women's women hardly cash ever. Round 3 or just sit. Oh yeah, fifth plus. What is that? 1,500, 1,400?
1,400, yeah.
14. Okay, I'm starting to learn the decimals. I'm starting to finally.
When it's dog odds, I understand them, but when it's chalk, I can't do it.
Oh yeah, I only know it when it's like that 15. I'm like, wait, 1500, but then -1. So that's how I figure in my head. I'm like,
exactly same.
I think I saw the 2000 unless it moved on
Yeah,
Bet
but
365.
it's on Bet365, but
Yeah, it's still on there for 2000. I might jump on that tonight, just a little bit, just for a fun bet. We got CJ going to be so much taller and longer. Yeah, he's 5 inches taller with a 7-inch reach advantage.
That's big.
So, man, I mean, even if like the taller fighter isn't as good normally the taller fighters make it a closer fight because it's just really hard for smaller fighters, especially if you're not a wrestler. Like, he's just going to try to strike with them all fight. Like, that's going to be crazy. $15 ain't bad if you know he'd be looking better by then. Temirov just swings like a bar fight. Cool if he KO Johnson, but doubt it. He probably just drop him one time. Yeah, we'll see. So we're thinking probably early. Temirov uses too much of that overhand. He's too short for Johnson, plus far away from Joshua Van level. Yeah, well, I meant like by size mainly. Like, and they're both mainly strikers, but they are a little different with their styles, though, for sure. CJ actually started hard and fast in round 1 against Van. Johnson will dig deep. I see no quitting him. He fights till the last second. That's very true.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Round 3 likely. Dana going live again tonight for some announcements. Hopefully it's maybe UFC in Chicago area. That'd be kind of cool. Like, hearing all these Kansas City stuff, and I'm like, what's going on with Chicago, guys? Come on. Get something around Chicago at least. Kansas City's like, I think it's like 7 hours away from me, so it's not that close. Real Fight Picks, thanks for the donation. Appreciate you as always. I'm 95% sure that this money is clean. Well, I hope it is, but it doesn't matter who did what in order for you to get it. It's yours now. Good luck this weekend. Good luck this weekend to you too, man. Appreciate that as always. Van was winning till round 3. I thought it was 1-1 going into round 3 personally.
Yeah, it was 1-1, but the round was super close. And
yeah,
I was on Johnson there. He was an underdog.
I was too.
Like the rounds were like you could have argued either way, but
yeah,
it looked like Judge Van was winning, but on rewatch it was very close, and you can make an argument 1-1 either way.
Yeah. Sky Law is going to be in KC, man. It's 7. I think it's a little over 7 hours too. That's too much of a drive. I'm not flying out there either. So if it was like 5 hours, I might do it. And I think even Iowa, they're doing one in Iowa soon. I think that's like 7 hours too. It's like just too far away. I can't do it. All right, next fight here is going to be Andrea Lee versus JJ Aldrich. You're getting all the fun fights. Yeah. What do you think about this one?
I don't really
apology.
Yeah, I don't really think anything, to be honest, bro. If there's a fight, you gotta not bet on this card. That's probably this one, because there's no way I can bet JJ Aldrich at this price. But at the same time, she should win because Lee's wash 0-5 in her last fight. Blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, when they're gonna strike probably right, and when they do, I think it's gonna be kind of competitive. But I just think Aldrich, maybe the better boxer of the two, is gonna defend the takedowns, very good takedown defense, and yeah, I think he goes over. Obviously, I think she win the decision.
Yep. Yeah, I'm right with you too. I'm on the JJ Aldrich side. The only thing I would say Lee has an advantage here is the grappling. If she can get the grappling going, she might be able to maybe get a sub. But I mean, I don't even remember the last time she got a sub. It's been forever. But that's like where she's going to have the advantage in this fight. But I don't think she's going to be able to get takedowns. It's going to have to be like maybe a sneaky trip, or maybe take the back off the cage or something stupid like that, to where, her last submission win, Lee, was against Antonia Shevchenko, and that was 2021. So other than that, I mean, I think Aldrich wins, but I can't trust Aldrich because I've seen her come out in a fight where she was the favorite, like a -300 or 400 favorite, and she looked like a deer in headlights. I forgot what fight that was.
But, it was against Lipsky.
Yep. Yeah, and she didn't like throw anything. She kept getting hit, and like she was just a punching bag for 3 rounds. So very hard to bet this fight for sure. But if you want a sneaky degen prop, do Lee sub. Throw it out there. I mean, I'm sure that's around 2000 too, but But yeah, I'm not touching this fight whatsoever. This one's a weird one, and I'd rather bet the Carolina fight than this one because I think there's a little bit of more of an edge depending on what you like there. This one's just meh, nothing crazy. Let's see. How does Lee still have a contract? Did she get a new one? If she did, that's wild. I think she lost 5 in a row at least. So
Yeah, if I had to guess, her contract was probably renewed. Like she won against Calvillo, right?
yeah,
And she lost against Arojo or something like that. But maybe after the Barber fight or prior to that, she was probably on a 4 fights contract or 5 fight contract. So I kind of think if she lose this one, she's probably gonna get cut or retire. So
yeah. This could
probably
be a
not.
retirement fight.
Yeah, it could be.
She's 36, but I think she might know like she's not there anymore. I don't know, like as in like talent. Like maybe she was better, earlier in her career, and then she's like, I'm not seeing any results. This is a lot. Like but I'm done. One of those retirements. Let's see. Goes a distance minus 500 parlay piece. Blindly take it and move on. There you go, Mike. That's right. Don't even think about it. Take it. It's an automatic. UFC Brussels will happen before Chicago. That is true. They do not like Chicago for whatever reason. I think they haven't been back since like 2010 or something crazy like that. I know Tony Ferguson was either supposed to fight on that card or he did. I can't remember. I wasn't really in the UFC then, but it was a while ago. I know that for a fact. Let's see. Next fight. Lucas Almeida versus Danny Silva. Fun fight. Lucas Almeida, he's a good striker. He's more of a Muay Thai guy. He has good kicks. He can be hittable. Doesn't really grapple all that much, and if he gets taken down, he really doesn't know what to do and how to get back up. But he's a very good striker. He's very dangerous. But Danny Silva, good boxing, gets hit a lot, but he's very durable. He has good power. He works the body, pushes forward. He can mix in wrestling and takedowns here and there. But yeah, this fight, I'm going with Danny Silva. I'm not like super confident though. I just like the dog in him, if you want to say. I think if they do get into a brawl, I think Danny Silva wins. I think he lands some good shots. I think he can knock out Lucas Almeida. But if Lucas Almeida plays it smart, which that's the problem here, I don't know if he will. I think he can win a decision or win like a kickboxing fight. But if he makes this like a brawl or he gets taken down, it's a lot of ifs, then I think he loses this fight. So give me Danny Silva. I'm going to say, like, I actually think Danny Silva is going to get him out of there, like in the second or third round knockout. I just don't trust Almeida to make it for 15 rounds, the style that he has. And I think he's only been to decision like 2 times in his career, something crazy. Out of 18 fights, I think, 2 times. He has 1 decision win and 1 decision loss. So give me Silva. I think he gets that late finish. And let's say third round again. What do you think?
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on this one. I think Silva, I'm a little bit more confident than you on this one.
Yeah, you was.
But yeah, I think Silva's going to win. I just think, he's the younger guy. He seems more durable to me. I trust his volume more. If anyone grapple and has success, it's going to be him. And yeah, he did a part of his camp at TriStar, which I like. And he's kind of going everywhere, training, trying to improve and master his craft. And yeah, I like his volume. I like his body work. I think overall he's very good. But yeah, he's getting hit a lot, right? He's very hittable and he's there to be cracked. So Almeida does hit hard. So he's live to catch him, like you said. But I don't think it's super likely. And again, I trust Silva durability more than I do for Almeida. I think Almeida is more likely to get hurt, more likely to get dropped or get finished. And yeah, I just think Silva has more paths to victory. Like, I favor him if the fight goes all 15 minutes. If anyone gets a sub, I think that's going to be him. And if there's a KO, I think it could be both. But I think he's more likely to finish because he's more durable and he's also much younger. So I think overall, he's the clear favorite for a reason. And yeah, I think this price is justified. So I think Silva probably by finish, like you said. It could be a decision, like they go to war and it's a banger. But yeah, I kind of think he's gonna finish him also.
Yeah, the under 2.5 is a nice look here at minus 130. It's not too bad.
Yeah,
I do think this fight doesn't go either one way or another. Like maybe Almeida clips him early and then Danny should get him out of there later, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. We got Ryan Jordan. What's up, Ryan? What's good? Still riding high from the UFC Seattle. Yeah, you were there. That was a fun card to go to for sure. The energy in the stadium was off the charts. Yeah, they kept saying in the broadcast like it's loud in that stadium. So yeah, glad you had fun, man. I know I went to that one UFC Austin, not the most recent one, but the one before that, and they had like 8 finishes in that card, and it was insanely awesome because of that. So you definitely picked a good card to go to. This will probably be fight of the night. I could see it being fight of the night for sure. And Saba says, smash the like button. That is true. Smash that like button if you haven't yet. Appreciate that. And let's move on to where are you at? There you are. Douglas Silva de Andrade versus John Castaneda. Who do you like here?
Yeah, another fun fight. I think Castaneda is going to win, but not sure it's going to be easy, especially early on. I think, de Andrade, he's older now. He's kind of on the decline. We know that, right? But he still come in fights prepare, especially early. So yeah, and he does have power. We've seen Castaneda hurt and crack before. So there's a world where, De Silva win the first round, and then Castaneda got the build of that. But I just think that obviously he's much younger, right? He's 33, and the Silva is 39 at bantamweight, so not great. But yeah, Castaneda, he does have grappling upside. I like his submission. And his cardio, pace, pressure is just better. He's more well-rounded. He has very good head kick, and he's gonna throw more volume. He's gonna be the better minute winner of the two. He's gonna have the grappling upside, like I said. And again, another spot where I think he has multiple paths to victory. I trust his durability more at this stage of his career, and I favor him a lot if the fight extends in round 3, for example. I think his cardio is going to be a weapon in this one. And I think the Silva age and mileage going to play against him as the fight goes on. So I think it goes probably the decision, but Castaneda winning a clear 29-28 type fight. But I think the Silva is going to compete early. He could even win the first round, I think, but I don't see him winning over 15 minutes if he doesn't knock him out, which he could, but Castaneda is very durable, right? So I will be kind of shocked if you knock him out early on.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat here too. Going with Castaneda, it's his cardio basically. He just uses it as a weapon, and Andrade just kind of slows down after the first round. He just slowly fades a little bit. His striking gets a little bit sloppy. He still always will pack a punch, but volume gets a little lower. And I just see him stuffing a lot of takedowns. And so Andrade might not even be able to get his grapple or striking going because Castaneda is going to be getting his grappling going. So early Andrade maybe, but then after like round 1, I think it's Castaneda all day. So I'm going to say by decision. I think Andrade is pretty tough and durable still. He'll stick it out for 15 minutes. I just think he slows down a lot now that he's 39 years old too. So, and I don't know if he's just going to be able to. We'll see. I don't think he's going to be able to get the knockout. But we've seen Castaneda get rocked, and I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? It's crazy. But yeah, give me Castaneda to win by decision. I like that prop. Maybe round 3 decision prop. I think his line's okay. Well, not anymore. I'm sorry. Earlier in the week, it was okay. Now it's like minus 300, so it's kind of running away a little bit. But
yeah, I think the line is too wide. Like it's minus 330 now on BetOnline. I think
okay.
I think
it was like minus 200, minus 210 or something early this week.
Minus 200 is kind of where I line it.
Yeah.
So yeah, value's on the dog, but I kind of think like value loser type shit. Like he win maybe the first and then just get broken later on, or just lose a clear fight. So I'm not really getting interested betting it. But plus 270, like it got to be dog or pass on the money line for me.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. Saba said, Dravhy, did you follow the Four Nations tournament for hockey?
A little bit, but to be honest, I don't follow them as much as my other friends. So, but yeah, I've seen the highlights and I've seen some cool stuffs about it, But yeah, I didn't follow all the way through though.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. Silva round 3 decision should be a great fight to watch. Okay, let's see. This line's too wide. I agree now, especially. Ryan Matthews, what's up, man? I'm here. My fat ass is driving to pick up my pizza, but I'm here. That sounds delicious. I'm hungry. So good Good call on that pizza. Same, I'm on Sexy Mexi decision. Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree for the main event in Kansas City. Is that official? Is that new? Oh, you did say he was going to be announcing some stuff.
Oh, yeah, that just got announced. Damn.
That will be a fun fight.
I like that. I
mean, there's going to be violence for sure, so that's always going to be good for a main event. That fight ain't going 5. Ain't no way. Someone's getting knocked out. Yeah, let us know if there's any other cool announcements. Let's see. Next fight we're going to do here is Ricardo Ramos versus Kape Mariscal. This one's probably easy to say. I'm on Kape. He's just more durable. He's a smarter fighter. I think he can mix in the wrestling. He's a good striker. Good cardio. He's just a solid fighter. And there's Ramos, like, he is dangerous. He can be explosive. But man, I don't trust that chin. I don't trust his fight IQ. He gets subbed all the time. Like lately, he hasn't been looking good. And I question his cardio as well. So give me Kape. I know he's minus 500 range. And if you got it a little earlier in the week, I thought he was a pretty good parlay piece. But, it's kind of running away. Oh, it's still minus 450, 455. So not too bad. But if you need something, but I think he wins this. Maybe a Kape by inside the distance might be a good look. I think he does find a finish somewhere. I'd probably say rounds 2 or 3 because Ramos will probably just do something stupid and then he'll get knocked out or subbed. So Kape is good enough to survive anything, I believe, unless it's super early. If Ramos lands like a spinning back fist or some shit like that. So give me Mariscal to win. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Probably. But I think the price is too wide again. Still for sure they're not that far away. Like Ramos is pretty good everywhere, but he's breakable. But yeah, I think if the fight extends, it could be closer than what people think. But he's at Fighting Nerd also for this camp. I don't know if you knew, but that's his first camp at Fighting Nerd. So
I'll give him one fight and see how he does.
Yeah, because the guy has skills. Like we can deny,
he does.
Grappler, he's a good striker, good decent wrestling. The thing that he lacks is cardio and heart. That's basically it, But type of thing when maybe you get some good vitamins at Fighting Nerds, maybe it can help you. Who knows, right?
True.
Game plan, because Kape is very good, right? But he's beatable. With a game plan, he can be beatable. So I think the line is too wide, to be honest, at this price. But yeah, when I look at it, I'm like, Kape is probably more than likely he's gonna break him at some point, right? But the funny part is like every time Ramos gets finished, it's in the first round, every time. And Kape, he doesn't really finish guys in the first round. He kind of break them and finish them late. So, and then you look at their recurrent decision. Ramos is like 5-1 in the UFC when the fight goes all 15 minutes. So I think that's interesting. That's an interesting look. So yeah, I think Kape probably by finish, like you said, but I think the under 2.5 might be a better play if I were to play anything. I think there's finishing upside on both sides here.
That's true.
Yeah, I kind of feel like whatever I bet, it's gonna lose because I think I could bet Ramos because there's value on the line, but I don't think he win. And then the under 2.5, it's chalk, but like I think it cash, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if it goes all 15, But yeah, I'm just gonna pass on it. But as far as the pick goes, I'm gonna go with the Kape to get it done. He's a big favorite, so yeah.
I like it. Yeah. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, the under 2.5 is lined at minus 140, so it's not too bad either. Trying to think if there's anything crazy. Yeah, I do think there's going to be a finish in this fight, whether it's going to be Ramos or Ramos maybe catches him with something early or something like that. But we shall see. Dirty Red says April 26th, my birthday for, I think that's UFC Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. So go ahead and go, Dirty Red. Don't you live in Canada, I think, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
Dixon Cider Drav, what's up?
What's up, man?
I remember Dravhy smoking the bookies with a Rosa submission against Ramos. There you go.
I'm looking at my histories. I mean, I bet Jordan pretty big against. I had 3.5 units. I had a Rosa. He was an underdog, and then I went back at it. I was like, I can't lose on this guy. Oh yeah, I had a Rosa under 2.5 as well. I got like, gave me Colibao. He's gonna beat him again. And then, man, he lose a very, very, very close fight that he probably should have won. I'm not sure. But yeah, again, it's like I lost the last one.
Chepe decision is a good look. I can see that. Round 3 decision. I like that better. I think he could, if he does finish him, it's going to be later. But I can see if this fight goes to decision, probably Chepe wins this one. Let's see. J New, what's up, man? Aliskerov versus Manuz, Pereira versus Magomedov going down in, I'm guessing that's Michelle and Shara? Or am I, who? Pereira and Magomedov. Anthony Smith, co-main. Is that Alex Pereira? Not Alex Pereira, I'm sorry, Michelle. There's like so many Pereiras and Magomedovs. I'm like, which ones is it? Because it's not Alex. And it's not Magomedov. I'll have to look at it. I wish we had better odds for round 3, 2-3 for Chepe. If you or anyone picks against my boy Chepe, I will unfriend you on Facebook. I am not picking against him. Chepe decision plus 250. That's not bad. I actually thought it'd be a little bit lower than that. So they're definitely thinking there's going to be a finish. Canada, you meant 51st state. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Canada got the facelift she needed. Okay. Next fight before the main card. This is the featured prelim. Austin Lane versus Mario Pinto. And I believe it's your turn. Or it might be. This is the point of the show where I don't even know who's who now.
It's fine. Yeah.
You can go ahead and go.
You know, I think Pinto should be fine here. I thought about maybe an over 1.5 round. I think it could be sneaky, but I think the Lane chin is not, you can't really rely on that, you know, and even his cardio is not great. I know he did his camp at American Top Team for first here. It might be good as far as wrestling goes. Maybe you come here and you're trying to wrestle a bit more. You know, the guy, he's not great, but what he does great is like he's strong, he's big, he does have some power, and he's athletic, you know, former football guy. So yeah, I guess he could like get a blast double leg and maybe something. But I'll say though, Pinto get up game for heavyweight is very, very good. I was impressed with that. Like he could get taken down, but he go right back up when he does. And I'm kind of impressed with the guy. Like, I'm not going to lie. He has very good cardio. He went 5 rounds on the regional level competitions. Not great, but in his striking, he's very technical and does all the correct stuff. You know, good jab, decent leg kicks. And I just think his game overall is solid. And yeah, I just think he should be fine here. He's also big himself, and he move very good, like good footwork and shit. Good defense. He roll with punches very well. What I don't like is that he doesn't really punch very, like he doesn't sit on his punch sometimes, but he does have a good left hook, and we've seen that's kind of Austin Lane kryptonite. So I wouldn't be surprised if he knocked him out. But I kind of think the fight go past the first round and he knocked him out after that. So maybe Pinto round 2-3 KO or something like that. Maybe the over, but yeah, again, if you knocked him out in first round, I'll be like, yeah, and not surprising. Austin Lane chin is not great, and I just think that Lane could have some success in the clinch and slowing the fight down early on, but it's only a matter of time, I think, before Pinto will probably find a KO. Even though he's not a big puncher, he finds his shot very well, and Lane chin is not there. And again, even if he does get takedowns, the fact that he's not going to be able to control, and Pinto is going to make him work, get back up. I think as the fight goes on, he's just going to slow down. And I know Pinto cardio is very good, so he's not going to slow down. And because of that, I'm going to pick him to win and find a KO at some point in this fight.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I'm on the Pinto side as well. I know Austin Lane wrestled his way to a victory last fight, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that again. But I can't get on Pinto to bet either because he's minus 550. UFC debut, anything can happen. But I do think he is the better fighter here. And like you said, I just can't trust Austin Lane's chin. He's been KO'd like 5 times out of his 6 losses, I believe. No, wait, 4 times out of his 5. No, wait, he's been KO'd 5 times in every loss. So every time he loses, he gets KO'd. And I think he's going to lose. So you probably want to just bet Pinto by KO. I don't know what the odds are for that. But maybe you're like round 1, 2 KO or something like that. Or 2-3. You can do that on FanDuel. But yeah, I'm just going to stay away from this fight. This is one of those sloppy heavyweights where I want to see a little bit more from Pinto just so I know what I'm getting myself into. instead of just betting blind in a way at the UFC level. If Pinto was fighting maybe another UFC newcomer, then I would probably jump on Pinto because he's probably going to be better than the other guy. So Pinto's not bad, though. I think for a heavyweight, I mean, UFC is struggling to get heavyweights right now. A lot of them aren't as great as like the top 8 heavyweights. There's like 2 different tiers. It's like top 8 and then everybody else. So they're trying to work up any and all heavyweights. And my little like hot take tinfoil hat thing is I think the UFC should just buy up all the heavyweights from PFL and get them all, because they have some really good heavyweights actually at PFL. So that'd be a better division for the UFC. Like it would improve it like ×4 if they got all the PFL heavyweights, or at least 2 or 3 of the really good ones. But yeah, give me Pinto here to win. I think he finds the KO, like you said. Let's see where we're at. Austin Vanderford Lane is going to bring his wrestling singlet. He might get slept, though. Yeah, I think he might be okay. He might look okay early. I just don't know if he'll be able to do it for all 3 rounds like he did in this last fight. If Pinto can get up 3 times, Lanes is going to gas hard. That's true.
And he will. I'm pretty confident he will.
Fax Aussie and get super discouraged and potentially look for the door. Yep, I can see that. Great breakdown. Yes, sir. Pinto to save me in the survivor pool. That's Saba's pick for my survivor pool. I like it. I mean, he's -550 now. So, Hernanov, if I say this wrong, Hernanov, Pinto, easiest money. There we go. I'm having pinto beans for dinner. It's a sign, boys. There you go. Dixon knows what's up. Pinto is the real deal. Round 3 cardio, good. Get up game, elite striking under 1.5 is a lock. Also, Pinto KO. There we go. I like it. The under 1.5. What is that set at?
-125.
Okay, that's not bad for a heavyweight fight. Where I might as well just do. I wonder what Pinto round 1 or 2 KO is.
Yeah, honestly, I like the KO better because it's around -140.
Okay.
And I think there's a good chance based on cardio and him not being like a big puncher early. You tend to take his time, and I feel like Lane's success with either the wrestling or the clinch control is going to be early on when he's fresh. But as the fight goes on and his cardio drop, his defense is never as great when he's slowed down. So I kind of think he could knock him out at any round. But then you get the KO prop almost the same price at the under 1.5, where I don't see finishing upside on the Lane side, to be honest. So yeah, you rather take KO prop and then you get all 15 minutes for him to find the KO, which you will probably because of Lane, having a bad chin and bad cardio. So yeah, I think it's only a matter of time, but I could make a scenario where it could be round 1, 2, or 3. So I think the under, it's a bit tricky because of that. Like the guy is not he's not a power puncher, let's say.
Yeah, I do like that. If it's -140, that's probably the route I would go. It's not too much of a difference, and then you have all 3 rounds, and we all think that Pinto is going to win. So you might as well just do that, and it's a little bit safer. Pinto round 1 KO. Nemkov should get signed with the UFC. I agree. That'd be a good signing.
No doubt.
Huge signing for the heavyweight. Also, fun fact: Johnny Pinto means I paint in Spanish, so hopefully he will paint a masterpiece on Lane's face with his fist. That's awesome. Yeah, you did snipe that early. You don't have to worry about getting a finish now. But he's gonna get a finish. But Pinto KO or on points double chance is good on FanDuel. What's it set at? I'm sure it's probably like -300 or so. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let's see. Next one is going to be the main card. Here we go. Danny Barlow versus Sam Patterson. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people, try to make cases for Sam Patterson, and he does have a path to victory, but I can't get past him and his striking defense. Like, his head does not move. He leans back. He has that tall man defense, and Danny Barlow has the left hand from God. And I think that left hand from God is going to be touching Sam Patterson's chin at some point, and Sam Patterson is going down like a ton of bricks. But if Sam Patterson can get some takedowns, get the grappling going, take his back, like he's very good grappler. He's got good submissions. But I just don't like his striking defense. He's too stiff on the feet. And I think Danny Barlow's a good enough athlete. He's quicker, has power in the hands. I think he's got pretty good takedown defense too that he could stuff. But I'm going Danny Barlow KO. I think he gets it probably rounds 1 or 2. I kind of like the under, but I don't like under 1.5. So I hate betting those because I never get them. It's basically a pick 'em minus 120. But I can also see Sam Patterson maybe shooting a takedown too for the under and then getting a submission early too. So he's got a good guillotine, he's got a good rear naked choke, but I think Danny Barlow is striking. Like I said, I usually lean the striker. So give me Barlow by KO. I'll say round 1. What do you think?
Yeah. First of all, I'm a Danny Barlow whisperer, and the fact that I back him on Dana White Contender Series, and I bet him in all of his UFC fights so far, and I made very good money on him. And I'll tell you right now, this is not the spot to bet him at minus 350 against the best grappler he ever fought, because one of the reasons I back him very confident in all of his fights is because he was fighting other striker, and he was the much better striker in all these fights. It's a bit different here, right? So is he the better striker here? Yeah, obviously he is. And, Sam Patterson striking defense, like you said, it's not great, and his shin is there to be cracked. We know that. But what we don't know is the last time Danny Barlow got, work in the grappling, you need to go all the way back to Dustin DiPolmo in 2022, right? So about 2 years and a half ago, right? That's the last time he got taken down and kind of dominated on the ground. If you watch that fight, he got taken down in the first round, and then he got dominated in the grappling. The guy took his back, almost submit him, domination, right? And this guy is 1-1 as a pro. He didn't fight since that fight. So Danny Barlow ended up coming late and winning the decision. But let me tell you that there's level in the grappling. If Sam Patterson get on top and get this position, it's going to finish the fight. And is Barlow improving since these 2 years? Probably, but there's no evidence on tape that you can tell me he's better than he was back then. His takedown defense is great, but he has not been tested on bottom since that fight because he fought strikers. And then Patterson here, he's a BJJ black belt, and he's a very good grappler. Like you said, he has very good front choke, but not only that, he has a good rear naked choke, he has good arm triangle, good front, good dars, good guillotine. So he has multiple chokes, and he has these long arms. He has the same size as Barlow. And I'll say about his chin, he used to fight at 155, and I don't think it was good for him in his frame. He was kind of killing himself to make the weight, if you like. If you look on Instagram, he looks in very good shape for this one, and it looked like he filled out perfectly at 170. Now, does it mean his striking defense is going to be better? Probably not, but I think the guy is very young. Like, he was like 26 when he made his UFC debut. And I feel like he's going to learn from his mistakes, and he knows the game plan here. Like, you're not going to win a fight just trying to strike with Danny Barlow. But I'll say Patterson striking is not bad like people are saying this week.
Yeah.
The guy has a good jab, good leg kicks, a very good uppercut. Not to say he's going to knock out Barlow or win the fight in the striking, but Barlow sometimes he can be low volume. You can wait for the counter, and you can wait for the KO and lose some minutes. And Patterson could win minutes on the feet. And then if you add the grappling threat and the fact that Barlow likes to be in the clinch sometime, Patterson gets his takedown from the clinch more often than not. The thing I don't like is his wrestling is not very good. But again, one takedown and then it could be the fight or the round. So yeah, for me, him being a big underdog like that, I think there's just too much unknowns about Barlow grappling. But I know exactly what I'm getting with Patterson. He could get knocked out. That's possible, like you said. He's susceptible to the left hand, and that's Barlow's best weapon. And he could get knocked out, right? But that's kind of what we're fading here. Because if he doesn't knock him out, there's no way he covered this price tag. Even in the decision, the fight goes the distance. That's because Patterson's going to have grappling success and avoid a KO. And then if that's the case, either man can win a decision, right? And then the other thing is, like, Barlow broke his end back-to-back fight. That's a worry for me. Is he going to break it again? We don't know, right? So that's another possibility here. And yeah, again, nobody in this chat can tell me what's going to happen if Patterson get on top. Is he going to survive or not? I don't know. You don't know. We don't know, because his grappling has not been tested against a grappler like that. The last time it did, it was against a 0-1 guy, and no, 1-1 guy, my bad. And it didn't look good. So yeah, I think Patterson has a very good chance to get a submission. And I like Danny Barlow, left hand to God, been my guy, made a lot of money on him, but it's not the time to back him at minus 350 against a good grappler. Let me tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I was to play him, It would be by KO just to cut down that thing because I do like the under here. You can even throw the under 2.5 in a parlay piece. I think it's like minus 275. It's not too bad actually. I thought it'd be a little bit higher than that
I
because both
like
these
the
guys.
under. I like the under 2.5, but for the KO, do you think there's value? It's like minus 140.
Oh, I didn't know that. But that's how I would play it. You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah,
more times than not, how is he going to win? Probably by KO. Like, I don't
yeah,
think he's going to win a
that's
decision. I
how
mean,
he would cover his price tag.
yeah.
So yeah, but we talk about Pinto being an heavyweight against a Chini guy having a KO prop at the same price, right? Against a guy who's like he's not going to be able to submit him. We know that, right? So
Yeah.
I just think here we have a very good grappler that's super likely to finish him, and then a lower weight class, and we have the KO prop at the same price as the heavyweight fight against a guy who's been KO'd like 6 times or some shit like that. So
True.
I feel like it's tricky, but yeah, if he does win and cover his price, it's going to be by KO. So yeah, it is live. Again, I could make the case for Barlow KO and tell you how he's going to get it because of the way Patterson get hit against other southpaw by the left hand, and it's there, right? I know that, but again, what happened when Patterson get on top? I think he could smoke them and show level in the grappling. So
yeah, no, I agree.
I think
We'll probably know who wins this fight like 2 minutes into the fight. We probably know who's going to win. One of those fights, it's like, okay, who's going to implement the game plan first? And if you see Barlow either stuffing takedowns or keeping this on the feet and Sam Patterson's not shooting, then you're like, he's going to get knocked out or he's going to sub Barlow. Like, you're just going to know. Let's see. Gerald likes KO for Barlow round 2 at 400. It's not too bad if you want to pick your shot. Barlow round 1 or 2 KO. I like that. Patterson sub is 510. I mean, I think that's how he wins. I don't even know if he'll win a decision. I don't even know who would win a decision in this fight. It'll be close probably. But I think Patterson sub or Barlow KO. That's like the 2 outcomes I can see for sure for either guy.
Yeah, and one of them is 500 and the other is minus 140,
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yes. Johnny, I'm concerned for Sam the Mosquito Patterson safety. However, I've been cold as hell lately, so Patty probably going to choke the life out of Barlow. Yeah, usually what you think is it's going to be the opposite. I really want this guy to say I'm not impressed by your performance. If you want to say it, I know Cody always makes you say it.
Yeah, I used to say it in the show like 2 years ago, so that's kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna have the exact same accent the way you say it because I'm not practicing. I'm not, I'm not trying to do it like, in the mirror myself. But the way GSP said is like, I'm not impressed with you. No, you say like, I'm not impressed with your performance. You say like with the Quebec accent, but I'm getting too good in English. So I have the English accent a bit better than him these days. So doing this podcast every week, it's getting easier for me.
I am not impressed with your performance.
Yeah, man.
I agree. If he hits the mat, he can sub Barlow. I think definitely for sure. Sam has no chin. He'll follow the game plan out of fear. He better follow like I said, I just worry for him if it's on the feet for too long. Let's put it that way. Are you intoxicated? Am I?
No,
not yet.
That's because GSP said that. Are you intoxicated or something? You said that like.
Oh, okay. Hear me out. Remember Hill versus Craig? That sub what ended in TKO because he broke his arm. Guess who had been dealing with a broken arm? Danny Sprinkle, Patterson, KO. That's a wild theory, but it could happen. Did they consider that a KO? I thought it was a sub.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong. Pretty sure it was
okay. Cool. This fight will not go the distance. I agree. But you could do the under 2.5. I think it's like I said, minus 275. And I'm surprised it's like not like minus 400. Then a small cage. I agree. The gambler, what's up? Why my book is having Kape as Jose Mariscal. I think that's his real name, Jose. They are one and the same. Kape, I think, is like a nickname. I don't know if it's like his actual like UFC nickname, but yeah, I think it's Jose Mariscal is his like real name. It's like Chaos Williams. That's not really his first name. We just call him Chaos. I don't even know his first name personally. I'll sprinkle Sam by sub. It's not a bad bet.
Kalen.
Yeah. There you go. Remember, I'm the only one calling for Patterson KO angle. I'll remember. Only because he's left-handed guy. I simply can't fade. Gaethje versus Fiziev. Yes, That's what I want.
Man, that's a
That's what I
banger.
wanted. I wanted Fizzy. I want that rematch because Fizzy had won the first one. I don't care what anyone says. But it was a fun fight. I like this guy. Really savvy. Yup, that's going to be awesome. Let's go. I'm happy for that now. I mean, I like the Hooker fight too, but that's a good replacement. Very good replacement.
That's a fucking good replacement.
Yeah, you probably can't get much better than that. Next one, we got William Gomis versus Haider Amil. Who do you like? Interesting fight. I want to hear your take on this one because I was kind of going back and forth.
Very interesting fight. I play Gomis against Brito at plus 240 because I thought the fight would be way closer than what people thought. Mm-hmm. And now we go back here on the other side where I think everybody's kind of eye on Gomis after this fight, and he's a minus 200 favorite against another madman. The reason I played him against Brito, that was because I thought he's going to make the fight very close because that's what he does, right? And the fact that also the fight was in the big cage would help him with all the footwork and movements that he uses. So here, the fight in the small cage, right? We need to remember it's in the the apex. I think that's better for Amil just because of the style. He's just gonna come forward, pressure, volume, power, everything. And then Gomis, he's been in the small cage before, but only one time against Francis Marshall. All of his other fights are in the big cage at home in France. So him being against a crazy man that's gonna trying to take his head off in a smaller cage, is he gonna still be able to do the same and perform the best that he does? Maybe, but it's not a certainty. It's not certain. So I don't really see much grappling happening here. And I think the visual for Gomis is not going to be great because you're going to have Amil, who's going to be the one pressuring, who's going to land more volume, who's going to throw the bigger shot. And I feel like he's going to have 15 minutes to find the kill at some point. Will he catch him? Maybe he will. But even if he doesn't, I think he could still make it close enough to win a close decision. We've seen Gomis almost all of his fights are close and 10 margin decision, 29-28 type fight. So I bet him as a big underdog because of that. But now I'm willing to bet against him when he's a big favorite also because of the same reasons. Because he's the type of guy very defensively sound, but he's not going to separate. He's not really a good finisher. So he's the type of guy that you want to have your money on as an underdog because you know he's going to fight smart and he's going to fight strategic. But you also don't want to pay the big chalk on him just because of the way he fights so close. So, and Amil, just the way he fights is the type of guy that you want to bet when he's a dog because he has no defense, but he's going to go out there, throw everything he can, and trying to put you in a firefight. And that's what you need to do to beat Gomis because you're not going to out-technique him. You're not going to beat him at distance striking. He's just going to be better than you. So I feel like it's a clash of style, and I could see either guy winning. So because of all that, I think the fight should be closer to a pick'em. And Amil, I think, is going to be a dog that's going to bark and fight for my money and the type of guy that I like to back at these type of price.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I am picking Gomis still. It's just, I think Gomis is a little bit more technical. Obviously, he doesn't really have the finishing upside though that Haider has. He's gonna have a little bit of reach, a little bit of height, and I always go back to Gomis's striking defense. Like he's kind of hard to hit. Like he doesn't look. He doesn't throw a lot of volume, but like he doesn't get really hit a lot, doesn't get rocked all the time. I don't know if that's going to maybe frustrate Haider. Maybe he doesn't really know how to like get inside because Gomis has very good front kicks, good kicks in general. He's a good kickboxer. So yeah, I can see that the way that you broke it down. I can see it going down like that, making a very close fight. Or I could see it happening to where, maybe Gomis looks good for 2 rounds and maybe he's piecing him up later in the fight as the fight extends. Maybe Haider kind of, gas. I don't want to say gas out, but like maybe slows down as the fight goes on because he's trying to go for that finish because maybe he thinks he's behind in the fight and he's trying to get a finish and he just can't catch Gomis. But yeah, this is just an interesting fight for me. Not super confident. I'm picking Gomis though, but I'm just gonna bank on him trying to stay at range. I know he's gonna have to move his feet a lot more because it's not a big cage, but he does have good footwork. He has good movement. He's hard to hit. So, Amil's gonna have to find that shot. Like a little bit harder than he probably normally would have to. But he does throw heat for 15 minutes, and he can knock you out in any round. But I don't know. Maybe he gets frustrated. I can see him get frustrated because Brito got frustrated with Gomis. So maybe Amil gets frustrated too because he can't hit him, can't get close to him or anything like that. So we'll see. It's a weird fight style wise. Let's put it that way. And Gomis isn't the most flashy kind of guy. He's defensive and he wants to frustrate you. And then that's when he does better as the fight goes on.
Yeah, and one thing I'll say, I wouldn't be surprised if Gomis knock him out as also because of the way Amil fight. And one of Gomis' very good weapon is the knee that he likes. Yeah. He likes to time the knee when people rush in. And the fact that he's much taller and that Amil is, he's a smaller guy. I could see him, if Amil trying to swing in the pocket, he could time a knee and catch him. That's possible, but again, how likely is it? Like, I'm not sure it's that likely to happen. You know what I mean? So it's tricky.
Yep. Yeah, this is just a tricky fight. The Australian UFC account just tweeted and deleted the graphic that suggested Fiziev will be stepping in. Oh, great. Here we go. Varba's up. Going to the VAR and checking to see if that's a goal or not. I don't see value on Gomis. Gomis will give Hyder 15 minutes to catch him. That's true. More than likely. I mean, Gomis is not really known to be a finisher. Chaos is Kalen. Yep. Gomis pour la France.
Oh, not too bad. La France, he said.
Amil is 35. Yeah, he's up there actually. Like I know he's only had like 1 or 2 fights in the UFC, but yeah, he's still a pretty solid fighter though. JDM Freak, what's up, man? Gomis gonna be running 15K's minimum this fight. Yeah, he's gonna be moving a lot for sure. Don't put Gomis in your parlays. Great breakdown. I agree. James, what's up, James? Gomis is the ultimate weasel. Don't think Hyder can do what Brito couldn't. Brito would absolutely wreck Hyder. That would be a fun fight, though. I would like to see that more so than this one. But yeah, I really want Hyder, the spider, but I have a bad feeling he's gonna rush face first into a straight shot or kick from Bill the Thrill Gomis. I love your little nicknames for each one. Something reminiscent of Anderson versus Forrest. Or Bill the Thrill could be sleeping with the fishes like Java. Yeah, I could see anything. Varba, yep. Big Marcel just tweeted it too. That it's gonna happen. Because if Big Marcel tweets it, it's official. He'll mess around. So that'd be cool, like I said. Hopefully it happens. Next one we got is going to be a very fun fight. Nasrat Haqparast, I can't say that name, versus Esteban Ribovics. And I am very confident that Ribovics wins this fight. Not to say that Nasrat's a bad fighter. He's just like more so a point fighter. He gets hit a lot. He's death by 1,000 cuts. But who's going to be landing the more powerful shots? Who I think is more durable, who can take those shots and not really show a lot of damage. And he's going to be there for all 3 rounds, and that's going to be Ribovics. He's going to be landing way harder shots. I think Nasrat might even try some wrestling in this fight because I know he's going to get hit a lot, but I think he's not going to do all that well because Nasrat's really not a great wrestler. He can do it, but I don't think to a acceptable level, if you want to say, for this fight, because I think Ribovics has good takedown defense too, good get-up game as well. But yeah, after the Ribovics fight where he fought Zellhuber, awesome fight. But I knew Esteban was good, but I think he's improving vastly, and I just don't see any really much improvement from Nasrat from what he's been like 5 fights ago till now. So give me Ribovics to win. I think he can get a finish. I think he can win a decision. I just think Nasrat's only path to victory is just survive and just hope the judges make it to a split. I think it's that clear that Ribovics wins this fight. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's that clear.
I'm putting my foot down. It's that clear.
I mean, the guy has aura. When we talk about aura, Ribovics has the aura right now. Fight of the year. The guy is a dog, powerful, very good striker. And yeah, he's just a fun guy to watch, but he's also a guy that used to be an underdog compared to Nasrat, who's normally a favorite in these type of fights. So I think market-wise, I think there's recency bias in this line, just because the fact that you look Haqparast, he probably lost against Gordon, right? I had Gordon by decision there, and I thought that Gordon won even on rewatch. But the fact that the things people are not talking about this fight compared to the Gordon fight, Gordon shot 13 takedowns. Okay, so Nasrat defended all of them, but I think because of that, it did open Gordon striking way more than it should have been, you know. And the fight was also in Rinya, which cardio wise, when you're gonna be way more sweaty and shit. So I feel like because of the wrestling threat, I think Nasrat didn't look as good and Gordon looked better because of it, you know. And in this fight, I don't really see much grappling either side. And Haqparast, another of these 3-star guy that prepare well for this fight. He's a southpaw, and I feel like they're gonna go to war. If I'm being honest, I feel like we're gonna see maybe 100 strike each side. They go to war. It's a banger. But Ribovics more likely to KO him because he has more power, he has more dog in him. But I've seen Ribovics hurt a lot on tapes. You know, he got hurt 2 times against Uber. He got hurt, I think, 3 times against Loic in his debut. So the guy can get hurt. Nasrat has power. He could hurt him as well. So the fact that there's also a lot of hype on Ribovics and a lot of recency bias in this line, we go from Haqparast like minus 250 against Gordon, got a decision that he probably should not have, and then Ribovics like a plus 200 dog against Huber, and then the market flip it completely to Ribovics being a minus 250, minus 275 favorite. I like the guy, but he's not the type of guy I want back at these type of price just because of the way he fight. He's fun to watch as far as fan goes, and I like him as a fighter, but his striking defense is not very good, and he's going to go out there and he's going to swing with Nasrat, and they're going to go to war, and either guy could kill the other. So just because of that, it's not the type of fight I want to lay a big price tag on, but I think he has more tools on the feet. He makes his kick better. I trust his cardio more in round 3, and I think he is more likely to finish. So I understand why he's a favorite, but I think the line's a little bit too wide. So money line side, I think you could only play Haqparast around around plus 250. It's not a guy you used to see at these type of price. And at the end of the day, he only got KO 1 time, and it was against Drew Dober, you know. So maybe he gets KO again here because, you know, if I were to look on the Ribovic side and how he covers his price, he probably gets a KO. And you can get, I think, the KO at plus 300 or something. So that's the way I would play the Ribovic side if I had to. But so I'm going to pick Ribovic to win this one. But yeah, like I said, I'm not as confident as you, but I think this will be fight of the night. And 29-28 type decision. They go to war, 200 plus significant strike total. And you want to be on a dog in these type of fight. So yeah, dog or pass for me, but I'm going to pick Ribovic.
Right on. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Scotty Law is being funny. Best fight of the night this far has been Johnny trying to pronounce Haqparast. I can't say it. My mind and my mouth just don't sync up after a while. And yeah, I know who I can say it, but it's like, whatever. I can't say it. I'll say it. I can't say it. Should be a good fight. What's up, Dev? He's in the house. This line is ridiculous. I got Nasrat. There you go. Dog hunting. There we go. Love it. Carmi, what's up, man? What's up, Johnny? Good luck this weekend. Appreciate that, man. Good luck to you as well. Fight goes to distance. Man, it's going to be a sweaty distance, but I do think it goes to distance too.
I like Haqparast's decision in these odds. I don't like Ribovic's decision because he's live for a KO more than Haqparast is. And just because of that, you can't play plus 100, especially because of the amount of strike they're going to throw. You're going to be sweating, but 4-1, it's a big price. And I think his Pat is more likely a decision than Ribovics. I can make an argument for a KO or decision more than I can for Nasrat.
No, for sure. Yeah, Nasrat's not really the KO guy. He's like death by 1,000 cuts. And I know he KO'd Malarkey, but Malarkey's chin's gone. And I don't even remember any other KO that he got before that. I mean, most of his fights are going to decision. Let's see. Oh, I think I missed it. Book price, Esteban, 50% plus 100, and Haqparast, 20%. Yeah. Yeah. Like Dravhy said, if it goes to decision, I mean, I think probably Nasrat has a better chance to win it, but Ribovics has more chance to finish this fight for sure. Call me crazy, but I went on a deep dive on this fight, but I can see a clear path for Nasrat to win. I think I'm going to bet, yeah, I mean, plus 250. Money line, that's nothing to squawk about. I mean, a couple fight cards ago, I was all over Petrosky, and I'm like, he's got a clear path, which I didn't think, which it was the opposite path, but he still won because he was landing the better shots. I thought he was going to be able to take down Vieira, but he didn't even try to take down. I think he just stuffed all of Vieira's takedowns. So that's, if you find a clear path, you go for it. But the best co-main of the year so far, I don't know if it can get any better. I'm going to say it is the best, and it will be. Cody Brundage versus Julian Marquez, and I believe it's my turn. So pumped to break this and tell you who I'm picking. It was a struggle to even say the words that I'm going to say earlier in the week when I did my video, but it's a little bit easier now. I'm going with Cody Brundage. I don't like it. I hate it, but I think he wins this fight. I don't trust either guy. I question either guy's heart or both guys' hearts. But I do like Cody's wrestling a little more. I hate Marquez's takedown defense. He gets taken down very easily. I think Cody's striking, he does have a little bit of power in his hands that he can land on Julian's chin. Julian's been knocked out 3 times in a row. The only thing I'm worried about with Cody is if he does go for takedowns, he gets his neck caught, because Julian does have good subs. And if Cody's looking for a way out, we've seen that numerous times. But if we're going to take all of that away, if we're going just on paper, I like Cody to win this fight. I'm going to say by decision. It's going to be a weird one, because I know a lot of people are going to say it's going to be one way or another by a finish. But I could see Cody wrestling for most of this fight. If he, I think he'll have tons of success wrestling. He just can't get subbed or guillotined when he has a takedown, like Andre Fili. I think he'll be fine. But I don't like it. I don't like my pick. I told myself I would never pick Cody Brundage, and I'm picking Cody Brundage. What do you think?
Bro, it's a mess of a fight. I don't want to put my money on this one, but if I had to, right, we're kind of trying to give you guys bets and shit on this show. But if I had to on this fight, I would bet the under 1.5 round.
Yeah,
just because I could see finishing upside on both sides, and more than likely early on. So yeah, I don't trust Julian Marquez chin at this point in his career. He took a lot of damage. He's getting older, and Brundage is dangerous in the first round. And I like also his wrestling better, like you said. But they used to train together. They were a former training partner for a long time. And when that happens, sometimes we kind of we see weird fight happening, decision fights. So because they know each other, they know what they're good at, etc. And sometimes they could be friendly. We don't really know, right? But in their head, they know. They used to train together for months. So yeah, for me, just because of all that, and just the fact that this fight's very volatile, I can't trust either guy. But you have a guy in Brundage he's all action, but also he's the opposite of a dog. He's gonna find the door. He's gonna find the door if the
some way
is away. And Marquez, on the other hand, like I said, his chin's going. Durability used to be good for him. It's not very good anymore. But the guy has heart for days. He's not gonna quit unless you finish him, unless you put him out. Robocop had to knock him down 4 times before he decided that the fight was over. If Robocop knocked down Brundage 1 time, the fight would have been over more than likely. You know what I mean? So yes. I feel like Marquez could win, especially if the fight extend. I trust his cardio a bit more. But with that being said, again, I don't trust his chin. He's the favorite. So it has to be a dog or pass if I had to bet. I'm gonna pick Brundage, and I like the under 1.5. But yeah, again, betting wise, it's not for me.
Yeah, like you said earlier, this fight is one of those weird, dumb fights where everyone's like, this is going to be under 1.5 for sure. But like Brundage by decision, that could be a crazy sprinkle. Like he just wrestles, just gets a takedown, because man, Julian Marquez's takedown defense is not good at all. It's like he almost accepts it. He's like, okay, I can scramble my way back.
Yeah,
it's weird. Nazareth has put out high striking volume in the past. Could be some very hard scorecards. Yeah, it could. It's just moments over volume. It could be. If the books give me plus money on +1 takedown for El Gringo, I'm going to take it. Might ladder up to 2 depending on the price. Well, maybe. Why co-main is a 3-rounder? Don't you feel 1 round is good enough for both to prove they're meant? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't even know why this is co-main. It should never be a co-main. But Kloss, what's up, Kloss? This is a poop smear card, to be honest. It's not too bad. It's not great. But the co-main event's not good. It should never be a co-main event. I will give the poop smear on the co-main for sure. This should be like third fight of the night. That's at best. Maybe even start out number 1. Let's go. There's 2 women's fights. That's where I put it. Fight ends by DQ. I mean, that's always an auto bet. You should always put a little bit on that. Nobody on this planet takes a shot to the back of the head like a Brundage. Brundage should win our 3 words that have never left mouths of anyone ever. God help us. Yep. Both of these fighters are just so bad. I agree. Cody, 2 takedowns at plus 115. I like that. Because I think he'll be shooting takedowns if Marquez is going to be throwing heat for sure. Mitchell, no way. You're lying. If you're Saba, you lying. Someone's going to die. If that's for real, someone might be not on this earth anymore. Cody Brundage is 30. Doesn't that sound like a lie? He fights like he's 37. He fights like he doesn't really want to fight. But
he's talking about retirement and shit.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, this is a weird fight. I mean, maybe Julian retires because we don't know where he's at either. Like, I don't think he takes fighting really all that serious, if you want to say. Silva gonna knock out Bryce. Yeah, off the edge for sure. What's up, Effie? Just got done with the gym now. It's time to defend your units. Yes, sir. RIP Punch List MMA. Punch List MMA. Okay. Patty Addicted to Combat. An old name that I haven't seen in a long time. What's up, Patty? Brundage is one of my favorite fighters at this point. What's up, Johnny, Dravhy, and chat? Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah, been a long time, man.
Yes, sir. You come back on the show, Patty the Batty, and yes, sir. Addicted to Combat. Everybody knows. I'm picking Nasrat this weekend. I'm just going with my gut on decision. Okay, I don't mind it. But moneyline him. What's your underdogs this week? I mean, my underdogs, I picked Brundage. I know there's a couple. Well, Charles Johnson's not an underdog now, but he was then. Trying to think if there was another one or not. There might be one more. Who are your underdogs that you picked? I can't remember.
On my end, I pick. Let me just check to make sure.
I know. I'm looking too.
I pick. I pick Sam Patterson and I pick either Amil so far.
There you go.
And we pick Cody Brundage is also an underdog.
There we go. I'm not lying. Dana just announced. Oh my gosh. Gene Silva, you got your wish. Bryce might even be worse after this fight. That is insane.
Oh shit.
I don't believe it. Why? Oh man. Hit triceps today. Trying to get like Patty. There you go. Get Dale out of retirement for a stream. Yeah, we definitely do need to get Dale. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'll have to message him and see if he's still around. Yeah, we used to do shows. He's a fun dude. Definitely, for sure. We always had a good time. Cop KO 345. I don't mind that bet. But speaking of that, we got the main event. Manel Cop versus Asu Almabayev. Who do you like here, Dravhy?
Yeah, a fight where I do like the underdog, and I post him as my free bet of the week. I play him plus 215. I just think that the line's too wide. We've seen Manel Kape, sometimes play up with his food a bit too much, playing a low volume, losing fight he should not be losing. And if you look at it, more often than not, it's when you have a wrestling threat against him. He's kind of worried about the takedowns. He doesn't throw enough volume. And, I play Mokaev. I play Mokaev at minus 110 against him. And Mokaev outstrike him at distance with the kicks. Almabayev, he's not a great striker, but he does have good kicks. And he could do that a little bit if Kape's not, rushing for a finish. And sometimes Kape can be waiting for the counter shots. And, Asu could, use some volume. But I really like his chain wrestling. I think his wrestling is very good. His top control is pretty decent. He has good submission game. And yeah, to me, it's just style make fight, right? I bet Cape KO in his last fight. I bet against him with Mokaev at pick him. And then I know for a fact that when the guy fight another grappler, he kind of struggled because of the takedown threat. It's not because his takedown defense is bad. It's more so because he has to worry about it. His striking is not as effective. And then he's kind of losing minutes because of that. Even Nicolau, right? Very, very close fight, and he lost it. And I've seen people this week talk bad about Almabayev level competition. His wins are not great, but when you look at these two guys' wins in the UFC, they're kind of similar. And the difference is people also shit on Almabayev because of the Nicolau fight being very close. But first of all, Nicolau takedown defense is very solid, very hard to take down, and he's a very good grappler. So it was a hard matchup for Almabayev because he doesn't have big power, and Nicolau, when you don't knock him out, he's a very good striker. So the fact that he find a way to win and beat him, and he also take him down he took him down 1 or 2 times in that fight. Very impressive. He knocked him down also that make him win the fight. But people shitting on him because the fight was close, but one of these guys beat him and the other didn't. So yeah, and they're both finished Oli Osborne. And then you look into the other wins, they're kind of similar. Mano Cape a bit better in the win department in the UFC, but not that much better. So yeah, he's obviously the better striker with big KO, very fast, and he's one of the best in the division. I know how good the guy is, and sometimes he's not performing as well as he should. And that's because he's facing grappler, and sometimes he struggles to let his hands go. So he's just not a guy that I think I can rely on at a big price tag against another very good grappler in his own right. And I know for a fact Almabayev is going to grapple. I know he's going to shoot a lot of takedowns. He's going to probably have him 10 plus takedowns in this fight. One takedown might be the round. And the 5 rounds also, I've seen Almabayev go 5 rounds on the regional. He got a suplex in the 5th round, so I think his cardio is good enough. And I don't think Kape has cardio issues, but I've never seen him go 5 rounds. So maybe he's going to tire out if he has to defend a lot of takedowns. We don't really know. But I know what I get with Almabayev. He's a guy that's going to chain wrestle, that's going to try, that's going to know the game plan. And I think he could compete on minute because of Kape being low volume and because he's going to worry about the takedown. So because of all that, I think Almabayev is a very, very live underdog. But gun to my head, I'll pick Kape. I understand why he's a favorite. He's very good. But yeah, I think he should be like minus 150. Not, when I bet Almabayev, he was minus 275 or something. So yeah, I think Almabayev has a very good chance to get it done. But gun to my head, I think Kape get done and get a title shot. But he's the type of guy that sometimes look the best, and the next fight he doesn't. So
yeah, I agree with everything you said. I'm just on the other side, and I always, like I already said it before, I always just lean the strikers. But I mean, Manel's striking is elite, like super quick hands. I think he's got good enough takedown defense. I just think he needs to trust his takedown defense. I don't think he does. He does have good takedown defense, but yeah, I do think Asu is going to be shooting takedowns as much as he can. I just worry that maybe there's one time where Asu does shoot in and maybe a flying knee comes up or something along those lines. But yeah, it's going to be a fun fight. I'm very interested to see how it plays out, but I'm just going to go with Kape. I think it's going to be a very close decision, probably 48-47. Will just depend on, if Kape can maybe land a knockdown in one fight, maybe he lands just a better shots in a couple of rounds, and Asu's not really getting his grappling going or something like that, or maybe he tires himself out early, and then maybe he fades a little bit and he can't get the takedowns as easy as he did earlier. But yeah, there's a lot to speculate for this fight, but I always just lean the striker. If I think it's going to be a close fight, I always just go the side of the striker. That's just how I go. I don't know why. I know other people like to go the grappler route, but man, like I was on a good run going with strikers only, like in those fights where you're super close, like a striker versus grappler. Strikers are winning now, like it went to the other side, but now it's like 50-50, like it just depends. But and also another thing too, I think you hit on it a little bit, like if Kape wins, he's definitely gonna get a title shot. And I think that could be the motivation that he needs to know that, like, I can't be low volume. I got to go in there. I got to win this fight. I got 5 rounds to do it. But I mean, I'm speculating now. I don't know what he's thinking, but he needs some kind of motivation to do something. And I think the one motivation that I know he does have is he wants a title shot. he has to win this fight to get a title shot. And I think he can be the next person for Pantoja after Pantoja wins against Kai. So
yeah, I would like to see that. But also, I mean, Almabayev has everything to win with this
true.
fight.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he has he has nothing to lose and everything to gain.
So yeah, I mean, I just like the guy grappling. Like when you
he has got very good grappling, very good.
Chain wrestle very good, and I could see like Kape defending the first takedown, and then he's gonna shoot again, and he's gonna do something else, and he has a bunch of different takedowns. And again, like when you have these type of fight, like you said, striker versus grappler, when the fight is close and pick him or something, then maybe you can lean with the striker because if like in reality when the fighter has their way with their game plan in these type of fight, sometimes he can look like a big favorite. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So when it's pick him, you have big upside in that. But I feel like all the upside is on the Almabayev side because you get plus 200 in a fight where if he's able to get the wrestling going and if Kape is not showing up 100%, which we've seen multiple times happening before, plus 200 going to look like big value. But
True.
our value is that is there going to be on Kape minus 250? Okay, maybe if you defend all the takedowns, he doesn't get taken down anytime and he just piece him up on the feet and knock them out. Yeah, that's possible. But how likely is it that he's not going to get taken down even one time and even lose one round? So he kind of needs to fight, kind of a perfect fight in a way to cover his price, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Almabayev he could lose and still be a great bet. I don't want that to happen. But if the fight goes off 25 minutes, I'm pretty sure that's because he's going to have success with the grappling and going to have a couple takedowns in the bank. So, yeah, interesting fight. Again, I think Kape's going to win. Like, gun to my head, I'm picking him. But it's just that when you got a very good grappler like that, that's just going to work, and shoot a lot of takedowns, and he's a big underdog, you got to shoot sometimes. And I think that's one of these spots.
Yep. Yeah, I don't mind it because, I mean, now he's plus 180, but you said you got him at what, plus 220?
Yeah, the real price I got is plus 220, yeah.
There you go. No, I mean, that's crazy because, I mean, the line should be a little bit lower, like you said. Like, I would maybe do like minus 175, 180, but even then we're splitting hairs. But like, it was up to like, Manal Kape was like minus 275 at one point, I think I saw. But then he's starting to come down a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be a close fight for sure. I don't think I'd be shocked if like somebody comes out and just smokes the one or the other. Like I think this fight goes to decision more times than not. But all right, let's go through the chat and then we'll go through some of the bets here. Gene Silva delivering some CTE like it's a stimulus check. There we go. Bryce is ranked, so why not? Silva going to do Josh Emmett 2.0 and send Bryce back to 1945. Not touching the Brundage fight. I don't trust his will to fight. He might win, though. Yeah. There's a lot of mights and things, but that fight's so funny, but it is what it is. No man defeats the cop I saw in Tampa. Who did he fight in Tampa? Which fight was that? Was it the last one? Because he looked fantastic against Bruno Silva. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he looked fantastic in that fight. Yeah, Fiziev versus Gaethje, insanely good fight. The rematch. Come on, Dravhy is pronounced Nicolame. Thanks, guys, for answering my question. No problem, man. Anytime. Just make sure you're active in the chat. We'll try to get to your stuff as all the time. Split decision on both sides. I'm really considering betting a lot on the splits. I think this one could go to split. I think it's going to go to decisions, so it's going to be close. Short notice for Asu. Yeah, I don't think it's super short notice. Maybe like 2 weeks or something. 3 weeks tops.
I think it's 3 weeks that he had to prepare, but he was still in camp preparing for another fight. And Kape was preparing to fight Waylaw, so now he has to prepare against another guy also.
Who was Asu preparing for? I know who was it?
It was at first I think it was Steve Urseg, and then it was Alan Nascimento.
Yeah, it was Urseg. That's what I was thinking. Kape is a Tasmanian devil. I haven't decided on how to go about this fight. How does Asu get a title shot? I get pull up. I mean, he's gonna have to win a couple more fights, I think, for sure. I think Kape, if he wins, I think he's next.
Yeah,
because Pantoja's cleared out the top 5 already, sometimes 2 or 3 times already. So he hasn't fought Kape yet. Oh, he did fight Kape.
Yeah,
his UFC debut, but it was a long time ago. I'll give him one more chance. Like, he improved. So Derek Izzy, what's up, Derek? Sorry I'm late. Rough day at work. Lots of solid cappers here tonight. Appreciate you coming out, Derek, as always. Thanks, boys. Yeah, we're gonna do the bets here. If you don't want to go right away, I'm trying to get through the chat here. Shout out to Manel for getting caught on the juice by the state commission. You got to be dumb for that. Yeah, I mean it happens. Us grappling the same as Muhammad. I don't know if it's gonna be the same because that's all Makayev did that fight. He just shot and shot and shot and shot and shot. The funny thing about that fight, though, is I don't even know how you score that fight. It was so nothing really happened.
It could have gone either way, and
It could have.
Kape broke his toe in this fight. Like I think in
Yeah.
round 2.
I just need splits. My bookie says Asu at 176. Yeah, he's like plus 180 or so. Losing to Dumas is just horrifying. That is very true. Yeah, so this is the point of the show that we're going to do like an easy money parlay around plus 100, and then we're going to do a fun one that's like plus 1,000 or better. So what's a leg that you are super confident in? Maybe around like minus 250 or so range.
Let me see that. On Bet Online or
I'm looking at DraftKings, but it could be anything that you like. I know I was looking at that minus 2.5 for the Barlow fight. I'm kind of liking that. I think there's going to be violence in that fight. Yeah, it's at minus 275 on Bet365.
I like that.
That's what I was thinking. I know we're both kind of on that same page too.
I mean, Pinto KO, I really like it, to be honest. But if not, I'm confident in Danny Silva also.
Okay. We can do Silva and that under 2.5. I'm pretty. You're more confident, but I'm confident that he wins that fight.
What's the price on that?
Let me see. I'm gonna do it on Bet365 because.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's minus 200 for Danny Silva.
Oh yeah, it should be plus money.
Yeah, for sure. Under 2.5 minus 275. So it's plus 104, right on the money.
I like it. You good with that?
104. Yeah, I'm good.
I'll put that in the chat here. I'll put Danny Silva. There's a couple Silvas here. Real quick, though, Bunny Hunter, appreciate you coming out and the $5 donation. What's up, fellas? Eyeing Lucas Almeida and Lee as underdogs. I don't mind the Lee underdog. We talked about it, like that fight's just kind of weird and we don't really know how to attack it. We both picked Aldrich, but like Lee could win that fight. Like I'd rather have money on a plus money underdog than anything. So Almeida, we just told you we're kind of high on Silva in that fight, but I don't mind it. I mean, Lucas Almeida is not terrible unless he gets taken down or gets cracked. Like that's his two downfalls. But that's going to be the easy money. We got Silva money line and the under 2.5 in the Barlow fight. That's plus 104. All right. Now the fun thing is let's go for something, like plus 300 range or something that you like. And then we'll get to like plus 1,000 or better. I'm trying to think. What did I say earlier?
I think I got one already.
Okay. What you got?
Let's go Ribovics KO plus 300.
I can get on board with that. Ribovics KO. And then let's go. Let's think of another one. I was like, we should do Patterson by sub.
It's funny because I just click on it to see the price. 21-1.
That's crazy. What is trying to think. I'm looking at the fights that we're both kind of on the same page, at least.
Yeah, I'm looking as well. I'm not sure.
Dang, I wish FanDuel had their
What about Johnson inside a distance?
What is that at?
Plus 375.
Really? What's KO? What's the difference between the KO and inside the distance?
KO is 750.
Ooh.
It's a big one. I kind of favor KO as well. If you just go safer with ITD, it's 18 to 1.
Okay.
Or if you go crazy with the KO, double KO parlay, it's plus 3,300.
That would be wild. Which could it could happen though.
Yeah, it could for sure.
Let's keep that. Let's see if we can find one more just in case. I do like the Ribovics KO though. We'll keep that one locked in. You said Pinto. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be over.
Pinto KO is minus 138. So if you take that,
what will the odds be there?
Plus 590.
We'll have to add one more leg if we want to do that. What's another? We can maybe, if you want to do 3, we can. If you're confident in that Pinto KO.
I am, bro. Like at beginning of the week, I thought maybe the fight goes over, maybe he wins a decision, but the more I thought about it, it's like Lane's not gonna wrestle. He's not gonna be able to control him for a long period of time, and he has a bad chin. So, and Pinto's very good. So,
what is? I think. Hold up. Maybe.
But when we go with big props like that, when we
can go
like 3 legs, it's always more tricky.
What do you think of Kape by decision?
What's the price on that?
225 on Bet365.
I don't mind it. I think it's kind of 50-50 if you finish or not.
Yeah. His inside the distance is minus 150.
Yeah. I'd rather play the under 2.5.
Yeah. What's the under 2.5? Maybe we can do under 2.5 in that fight. Pinto by KO, and then Ribovics by KO. What's that come out?
Let me tell you. So
if it's over 1,000, let's do it.
Yeah, it's 1,022.
1,022 on the dot.
So Ribovics KO, Pinto KO, and under 2.5 Ramos and Mariscal. Kind of like it.
Okay, let's do that. Ribovics KO, Pinto KO, under. You said it was plus 1022?
Yeah, 1022.
Okay. So that's the easy money, and then this will be the beer money fun parlay. We get some beer money to start a little bit on there, and if you win, you get a lot of beer. That's how we do it here. But yeah, I like that one a lot. I think Ribovics obviously will be the toughest one, but I think the other two are pretty good. But yeah. Well, that is it, boys and girls. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us, giving us all your bets and questions, all that good stuff. Hopefully, we gave you some insight on all these fights, and maybe you can look at some bets too as well. Before we get going, though, Dravhy, tell everybody where they can find you. Your link is in the description, so if anybody wants to go over there, which I highly recommend, click on the link for Dravhy at Twitter, and then also Beat the Line podcast. But go ahead. I already told everything, but go
ahead. Yeah, bro, I appreciate you, man. Been a long time. Me and Johnny used to do podcasts with Cody like 2 years ago when I started doing it. So been a long time we didn't do one together. So it's a fun one. And yeah, obviously I do my own podcast every week with Key and Pegasus. We go live normally every Wednesday. Beat the Line broadcast. So you put in the description already. So if you guys want to subscribe to that, we're at 500 subs. we're kind of trying to double the subs this year and go to 1,000 sub. I think we can do it. We're always consistent. Always give you guys winner parlay at the end of the show and all that. So if you want to tune in and have fun with us, go here, subscribe, and have fun with us. And then as far as my bet goes, I've been profitable the last 2 years. I'll track on Bet MMA, no bullshit. And if you want to, bet things with me, I always post all my bets on oddshoppers.com. You can subscribe. It's $25 a month, and then you get all my full card breakdowns, my betting leans for each fight. So then if I don't have a bet on each fight, because I'm never doing it, but if you're a degenerate, you want to know, you're not sure about a fight, you want to bet a little something on it, you're still going to have the fight I would bet for X fight. And then you're also going to have my analyst and my tape study work that I do for the fight that you're maybe hesitating about a bet or something. And then my DM's always open for my subs. Some of my guys sometimes tell me, "Yo, what do you think about this line or this or that?" And then we always kill the line, right? So big CLV on almost all the bets, very important long term. So yeah, oddshoppers.com. You go to my Twitter, it's Dravhy _ like it's right there under this screen. And you can click on my bio. You're going to have the Odd Shoppers. You're going to have everything that's included. If you have question, anything, go hit me up on Twitter. It's always going to be a pleasure. And yeah, again, Johnny, thanks for having me. And yeah, we're going to do a show again and have you on our pod next coming week for sure, man. The crew need to have you on.
I don't know if you remember, I was on your show when you guys kind of first started out, and we did hit your parlay.
That's what I was about to say, but it was not on, it was on Twitter, right? It was like
that was when you were doing the Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, exactly. But we need to have you on YouTube. So yeah, been a long time, bro. So it was a fun one, and yeah, I like this card. So I hope we all crush it and make some money. That's always the goal, right? Having fun, having good fights, and then make money on them. That's the best part.
That's the three things in life: money, fun fights, and having fun. But yeah, appreciate you, Dravhy, as always. Definitely check him out on Twitter and YouTube. Links are in the description, and appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Good luck on your bets. Good luck on your picks. Have fun. And until next time, we will see you next Wednesday night.